Thank you for joining me today on Christine's Awesome Things. My name is Christine, and today I'm out here in my watermelon patch. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trimming some of these watermelon vines. The reason that I'm going to trim these vines is to provide a little bit of room for my vines, and I'm going to provide nutrients for my watermelons, because if I keep the vines on here, they'll just keep growing and growing, where if I trim them, they can provide nutrients to my actual watermelon. Some of them, as you can see, still have flowers on them, but I have other ones that have flowers on them too, and some of them don't. Like, for instance, this right here has flowers still on them as well, but I also have watermelon growing on some of these vines. Like this one, actually this one here has this one on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here just above this one watermelon that's growing here, and then over here this is still part of the same watermelon. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, but I'm going to leave some of the leaves on here. Like here, as you see, this one right here, it was a watermelon on here, but it went bad and wasn't any good. So I'm going to cut this here. So this is going to help with some of these overgrown weeds and whatnot. Well, not weeds, but vines here. And over here, we have another vine here. And this vine actually has a watermelon that's growing on it. This is a sugar baby. So we want to make sure that we're cutting the right vine. And as you can see, here's the watermelon here, and all this right here is kind of dying off. So I'm going to cut this right here to get rid of that. And then this is actually here, where the roots actually went into the ground. This is going here to this particular area here. And you see this, all of this right here is yellowing. So instead of wasting energy, I'm gonna cut this off, because this is no good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the line and trim most of this stuff here, but I'm not going to do it all in one day. So this is how you would trim your watermelon vines. Now, just for your curiosity, if you look over there, I have huge watermelons over there, and then I also have the sugar baby here, and actually I have quite a few sugar baby and Jubilee, the larger watermelons, growing over here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish trimming this up here. So if you have a watermelon patch and you want to trim them, that would be how you would trim your watermelon vines. It would help have bigger watermelons, and trimming them would put energy into actually growing the watermelon rather than more vines. So there's this old saying, you can prepare for the cold, but you can't prepare for the heat. If you're dealing with high temperatures, staying hydrated is a plus, but sometimes that's still not good enough, especially when you're dealing with temperatures that are 100 and above, and high humidity, which is what I was dealing with when I was out here working in my garden. At first I had someone out here that was watching me, and then I decided to do it by myself. I became dizzy, spots in front of my eyes, and I kept trying to go. And this is one of the mistakes that was made. You see this here? This is a whole watermelon that I somehow just cut the whole vine to the watermelon. Upset myself very much. And also, I had cantaloupe over here that I had accidentally cut as well. It wasn't really that big, but it was big enough to where in a few days it would have been a massive cantaloupe. Over here I have a new honeydew that'll be growing, and this is one of them. This one will be ready to pick soon. Well, anyway, you want to just kind of stay aware of what you're doing. Wait for the weather to cool down instead of trying to do it in high heat. Over the days that I got all this rain in zone 6A, the watermelons just became huge, and some new ones have grown. This actually looked like a little oversized cucumber, but it's actually a watermelon, a Jubilee. This one as well, and this one over here is huge. Really got big from all that rain we had, and this one as well. In the next couple of days we'll be getting some more rain. This one has double in size. So yeah, trimming your vines will actually be very good for your plants, because instead of, like I said, instead of all the nutrients going towards the vines stretching and getting longer, if you trim them, more energy will go into the watermelon actually growing bigger than it is the vines getting longer. This is a new watermelon that's growing over here, and then we have this one over here that's growing as well. It's a nice size watermelon, and it's going to grow a lot. And I have new watermelons that's growing as well. As you can see, I have another little one growing here, and one recently that I did not even know I had. It's grown during the time that we got that rain. So yeah, I have a nice amount of watermelons growing, and because this one is a new one, I'm gonna have to go in and trim this as well, because as you can see, there is a vine connecting to that, and I want to make sure that energy goes into growing the watermelon rather than making the vines longer. This has been Christine of Christine's Awesome Things. Like and subscribe.